Citi is raising rates on millions of credit card accounts. At the same time, they are reportedly boosting salaries for many employees by up to 50%. Is this bank justified in its actions, especially when it's getting all this taxpayer support? We have CNBC contributor and syndicated columnist Jerry Bowyer and Rich Ferlato. He's Director of Corporate Governance and Pension Investment at the American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees Union. Guys, good to see you. Rich, let me start with you.
Sure.
I'll bet this makes you really mad.
Sure. Look at the Citi track record. $268 billion in shareholder value losses, $27 billion in direct losses, $64 billion in write-downs, and now they want to raise salaries for these folks, and then they're going to pick the pockets of their customers. It just doesn't make any sense at all to me.
What if both of those things help them make more money, Rich?
Well, the way they're going to make more money is not by boosting the salaries for no performance for traders and for investment managers. What they've got to do is focus on retail banking and to produce a good, affordable product that will attract retail customers.
Jerry, you want to get in there?
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. Rich, if you want to run a bank, buy a bank, start a bank. They've made a different decision. They don't think that retail banking is the main way for them to do it. They want to pay their traders. By the way, Goldman Sachs has a lot of traders, and they've done very well. So, I mean, you can have your own opinion about how any business might want to run their affairs, and the way to get what you want is to go out and start one.
Years ago,
you didn't start this business, and you don't own this business, and so they can set their compensation levels wherever they want.
Doesn't he own the business? Don't we all own the business, Jerry?
We all own the business. We all own the business. And that's the problem, is that their business model hasn't worked for shareholders.
We own it as
billions of dollars. It's had billions of dollars in shareholder losses.
It's a passive investment. We're passive investors in Citigroup. If the government wants to buy common shares, then they can vote for a board of directors, and then the board of directors can choose a CEO, and that person will set salaries. Instead of using some kind of political mau-mauing to say, I don't like bankers because they didn't support card check, and we're going to punish them, so we're going to write letters and send it out to the press to beat them up.
Whether this is good for shareholders and whether this is good for the retail clients has got nothing to do with any of the other issues you raised.
Is your pension plan a
This has got to do with whether our members' retirement funds are getting value out of their investment in Citigroup.
How much of your pension plans? What percentage of your pension plans are in them? What percentage of your pension plan is in Citi?
We've got 1.6 million members in total through their pension plans. They own about 3%. They own about 3% of the Citi.
3%?
Our members' pension plans own about 3% of Citi. We've focused on Citi for 7 years because we were afraid that their business model would lose to a dramatic...
What percentage... I'm going to try to ask this for the third time. What percentage...
Look, it's not about me. This is about Citi.
This is about the raises. It is about you. You guys put out a press statement today, so it is about you. Would you please answer the question? What percent of your pension plan is in Citi? Is it a secret?
Rich, you get another 5 seconds to answer the question.
No, we directly own a few 100,000 shares.
Oh, okay.
But our members' retirement system
Jerry, I think a few 100,000 shares is enough to opine if he wants. Rich, I want to ask you the following question. You know, I don't see credit as any different than a big screen TV, no different than milk, gasoline. There is less of it, Rich. There's just less credit. And so what happens when there is less of something? The price goes up. They've got to raise the prices because they've got to allocate it in some way.
But this is
what you're advocating are price controls. And you know what happened under Nixon with price controls?
Who's advocating price controls? What I'm advocating is that the increase for Citi's traders is not deserved. There's a better way to compensate them, and the way we compensate them is by giving them performance bonuses.
Does that mean you don't have an issue with the credit card rates going up? Like, can we just put that issue aside then?
I'm saying it is odd that credit card rates are going up at the same time that they're raising salaries.
It's not odd at all. Credit card rates are going up because risk levels are increasing, and salaries are increasing because the left beat up the idea of bonuses, demonized every bank that paid a bonus, so the banks are saying, okay, if we're not allowed to pay bonuses,
are fine,
then
but make sure the bonuses are deserved. Listen to what I say. Bonuses are fine if they are deserved and if they're performance-based.
But you hear what Jerry's saying there? That
that's
the government demonized the bonus system.
So now they're doing salaries.
So now to retain people, they pay them just bigger salaries instead.
We don't think that you need to retain people. We think you need a better business model, and the better business model is to focus on creating a good retail banking product.
They think they need to retain people.
They don't need to retain the traders that got us into the business. They need to focus on expanding a retail banking model that will attract more customers to a core business.
How about salary caps for Ask Me executives? How about salary caps for the heads of public sector?
We haven't asked for salary caps.
All of their money from the taxpayer.
We haven't asked for salary.
How about that?
We haven't asked for salary caps for CEOs. So whether you're talking, and it wasn't our members or our executives that caused the crash in the markets.
Wow,
it's all political
You want
rhetoric.
salary caps on
You're all talking about political rhetoric. We're talking about shareholder
Rich
value.
Filato, thank you. Jerry Bowyer, you're sticking around. You got more work to do. Good fight, Rich. You were good. All right, Michael Jackson's will made public today. Lawyers settling his estate. Just how much is going to go into Uncle Sam's coffers? Too much, I'm sure. We're going to debate whether the death tax should stay or go. But first, my exclusive chat with the world's second richest man, Carlos Slim, happened just over an hour ago here in New York City. Find out if the New York Times is about to get a new owner. Kudlow Report will be right back.